Oh my God. I think I hate YouTube Live. Um, I don't even know if I'm live right now. I can't tell. Everything crashed. I my image here is frozen. Um, so I can't even tell. So I don't know if anyone's out there or not. I might do an Instagram live while I'm doing a YouTube live to say, "Hey, I'm live now." I I I can't. This is insane. It's driving me insane. Okay, am I actually here? Oh, Susan's here. Hi, Susan. I'm literally going to do an Instagram live while I'm on YouTube live to say I'm now live. This is so nuts. Um, Okay, I'm on YouTube Live right now. I'm on Instagram Live saying I'm on YouTube Live. Okay, bye. I hate technology. Bye. All right, so here's the deal. I switched over to YouTube Live because I used to do Facebook Live, and a lot of you guys said that you're not on Facebook. Could I do YouTube Live? So I'm in YouTube Live number 5. I'm in 6 weeks of quarantine, but YouTube Live number 5. And every week there's been some new, fresh thing that rhymes with well. So today, and I know better, today right before I went live, OBS, which is my streaming software, said, there's an update. Yeah, Pam's laughing. Pam's my technology wizard. Okay, Pam, you'll love this. OBS said, there's an update. Would you like to update? And I clicked yes right before I went live. Newbie mistake. Don't update software seconds before you're supposed to go live. So I had a beta patch of my camera software, which was not working. And this is so boring. Anyway, hi, I'm gonna start over again. Hi, you guys. Welcome to week 5 of YouTube Live. Oh my God. Hi. So, I remember when I used to feel like a knitting teacher, and Pam just said, have I taught you nothing? Don't start with me, Pam. I remember when I used to feel like a knitwear designer and a knitting teacher, and now I just feel like a sad, failed video producer, because all I do is try to wrangle overhead rigs and lighting angles and streaming software, and it's just insane balls. But anyway, this is so boring. But what I wanted to tell you all, and first of all, I don't even know if, yeah, see, I'm not even on, never mind. I'm not even using my fancy camera. I'm just on FaceTime because I couldn't even. So what I wanted to tell you is, first of all, I'm really excited about the classes that I'm doing Friday and Saturday. Don't worry, they're actually going to work because I'm not using YouTube Live. It's the Zoom platform, so I don't have to worry about the streaming end. All I have to deal with is the lights in the camera and all the connections. So tell me who's going to be doing the class on Friday or Saturday. I've had a lot of questions about it. So if you can't attend live, don't worry. You'll be able to purchase it as a downloadable class later in May. The advantage to attending live is you get to ask questions live. There's pros and cons to each. If you attend live, you get to ask questions live, and you get a 15% discount for being the first live guinea pigs. And the link that you'll get 48 hours after the event is the actual event with your questions and everything. Unedited, just raw, boom. So that's fun because it's, you know, it's just live. If the advantage of purchasing later, right? Pros and cons. I mean, pros and cons. You can't ask questions live, but I'll be able to download it, clean it up if I need to, trim the beginning where we're probably going to be talking about like, no, lower left-hand corner. Don't forget to choose your speaker, you know, that kind of fun stuff. So that's fun. Oh, yay, Susan's going to be doing the Friday class. So I've got over here, which you can't see, I've got a table set up so that I can have my sweaters. And because right now all my sweaters are over there. Because I've been trying to figure, I'm going to unhook my legs, I've been trying to figure the setup so that I will be able to, you know, stand up, hold up sweaters, talk about sweater parts, you know, still be in camera, sit back down, all that good stuff, not knock into the table. So there's that news. Then the other big digital class news is how many of you have registered for the virtual Vogue? Anyone? Hit me with a comment. I'm teaching 8 classes and 2 lectures and a live event, which I'll tell you about in a second. And pretty much within the first like 24 hours, 7 out of my 8 classes sold out. So that's nuts. So there is still room in Help, I Took a Wrong Turn, Miraculous Cable Fixes. So if you're cable knitters out there, join that one. It's going to be amazeballs. There's still room in my 2 lectures, Secrets of Yarn Substitution and Ignore the Pattern, Get the Sweater of Your Dreams. So that one's fun. But I wanted to talk about the live event, Ask Patty, because I just got a really exciting news. Wait, I was in the wrong chat. Oh yeah, yeah. So trying to set up the video stream, there's like 3 quarantine 5s that I have to delete. Oh, Susan's yes for the Vogue. Got there too late for most of the classes I wanted. There's still room in one of my classes and 2 of my lectures, so get on in there. But the live event. Okay. Wednesday, the Wednesday of Vogue, which I think is May, I can't remember, 12th or 13th, whatever that Wednesday is, in the same time frame that I usually do my failed YouTube Live. Anyway, I'll get over it. Wednesday from 2 to 3 of the Vogue week, we're going to do Ask Patty Live. And I just found out that I don't know if it's going to be one or both, but either Kay or Anne, or maybe Kay and Anne, I'm thinking are going to be joining me. So it's going to be the ladies from Mason-Dixon and me. And here's how this works. It's free for anyone that's registered for the virtual Vogue. So if you're registered for any class, any lecture, anything, you're free to attend. These are free events. There's tons of free events in the virtual Vogue. So the way it works is you can either email me your questions to the regular Ask Patty Live email address, which wouldn't that have been clever if I had that handy? Hold please, and I'll find it. I'm so professional. I'm a profesh. It's very fesh. It is Ask Patty MDK, right? Ask Patty Mason-Dixon. Ask Patty MDK at gmail.com. So you can either email me, but make sure to put in the subject line, Ask Patty Live. That way I'll know it's not just a question for the column, it's a question that you want me to answer live in the Ask Patty Live. You can also send me a message via Instagram and just write Ask Patty Live dash and then write your questions. So for those of you who've ever been, I teach a live class called Improve Your Knitting. improve your knitting technique, excuse me. And I have a bag, and we pass the bag around, and people put questions in the bag, and it's fun because it's speed questions. So I might test myself by asking a friend of mine to look through the questions and let me know if I need to prep for any, like if I need to cast on for a swatch to demo. Otherwise, I'm just going to print them up, put them in a bag, and so I'll answer them live without looking at them first. Because that's what I do in the live class. In the live class, I'm just pulling questions out of a bag and I'm answering them. So it's really fun. Anyone remember the radio show Car Guys? Any East Coasters out there remember Car Guys? Because there was a segment called Stump the Chump. By the way, I was having such technology trauma. I didn't even brush my hair. This is my wake up hair. I didn't brush my hair, and I didn't put on makeup, and then I just hit my mic. It's a train wreck here. It's a train wreck. And it was snowing this morning. Just having a rough time. I'm having a rough time. Can I do one little experiment which might screw up my camera? Let me see. I'm gonna try something. Because yes, click and clack, you guys remember Stump the Chump. I'm so excited. I'm gonna try something because I want to see if I can figure something out. So I may screw up the camera view for a second, but I want to see if I can switch. I want to see if I can switch cameras, and I want to see if this is going to work with Manycam, or if Manycam's decided to just not play. Yeah, never mind. Manycam just will not play nicely now. Okay, whatever. I can't even with the technology. So now Manycam doesn't work with OBS. I just can't. This is so boring. Okay, Car Guys, yay. I know, I miss those guys too. But one of them passed away, so the other one kind of hung in there for a while. They did like repeats, and then he would do sort of live updates, but then he retired. I think they even closed their garage. Anyway, okay, so I'm trying to catch up on comments. Who is coming to the virtual Vogue? Is anyone coming to virtual Vogue? And if so, Susan is. And if so, what classes of mine am I seeing you in? And who's coming to Ask Patty Live? Because I want to start getting, so far I've only gotten 2 questions, but I haven't really promoted it that much. But anyway, I want to start getting questions in because that's really fun. So that's my news here. In the realm of Palm Canyon, this clue number 2 drops Sunday, and every time I think I'm done with filming videos, I'm not, because someone put in a request of a video for fixing mistakes in slip stitch. So I filmed that yesterday. I got to edit that today. I'll send out an update. Then I popped in another new video. Anyway, I got to finish all the tutorials and get that ready. Oh, Lisa, you're in for the cables for the help I took a wrong turn. That one's fun. That's some crazy stuff. I have a question. Oh, I don't know. If it goes off without a hitch, will they do another one next year? Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, maybe. I think that it's a great way to reach people that can't travel, right? Because there are a lot of people that can't travel for a lot of reasons, not just, a ton of reasons, right? It might be health, it might be geography, right? Because some people live in areas where, like an old friend of mine used to live on an island outside of Washington State. So she said anytime she wanted to go any place, she had to really want it, because to take it was like a bus to a train to a ferry to another bus to get a plane. I mean, it was a thing to travel, right? So the idea of doing live shows and then still being able to do live events online might be great, right? I don't travel. Oh, no passport. Oh, you're not from U.S. Yeah, yeah. And the other thing is, like with my class that I'm producing myself on Friday and Saturday, I tried to pick a time for that I thought would work for a lot of time zones. So it's either like 10:30 in the morning for West Coast. It's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 through America. But then into Europe, it's an early evening into evening, so that's really good too. I think I'm in the cable class, yay. The lecture, excellent. Yeah, it is good for the planet. It would never replace live events because, first of all, there's a ton of people that go to the live events that are local, right? That's why Vogue has always tried to have them spread out throughout the country. Sometimes there's some West Coast, there's some Midwest, there's some East Coast. So, we've done Minneapolis and Chicago. So for the people in the Midwest, that might be their local show. We've done Seattle and California. We've done, New York. So like for the New York show, it's a lot of locals. So they don't have to travel at all. And live is different. I mean, there's going to be pros and cons to each, but nothing really replaces the social aspect of live is pretty awesome. Is it too late to sign up for Vogue? No, I'm teaching, like I said, if you just joined us, I'm teaching 8 classes and 2 lectures. There's still room in one of my classes and both of my lectures. So come on in. Took a while to get I think I must have missed a comment because I don't understand what took a while to get the small. All right, hold on, I'm catching up. Took a while to get the small marker and place marker. I'm not sure what that means. Let me go back because I think I might have missed something. I don't know what that means. Freaky Geek, tell me what took a while to get the small and the SM and PM letters. I don't know what that means. Oh, are you talking about a pattern abbreviation? Don't forget, anytime you're reading a pattern, check at the beginning where it has abbreviations. But also, here I'll go on a little tangent about abbreviations. The way pattern abbreviations work is this. There are certain abbreviations that are considered standard, and those will not be included in an abbreviation key. Every style guide for every publication has their own list of what is considered standard. So for instance, one magazine might consider KP, right, knit, purl, SM, slip marker, PM, place marker, might consider YO, yarn over, SSK, knit two together, standardized. Therefore, you don't have to add them in an abbreviation key. Other publications might, have a different list. So 2 things. Thing 1, always check the pattern abbreviation key. Thing 2, if you're new to knitting and there's an abbreviation like YO or K2 TOG or M1 or PM that might be considered a standardized abbreviation that you haven't seen, Google it, baby. But just always make sure to Google it and knitting abbreviation. Because if you just Google PM, you're not going to get anything. But if you Google PM and knitting abbreviation, you will. So there. Okay, I'm going to finish saying one thing, and then I'm going to catch up on comments. So I've been getting a ton of questions about VK Live. Some of them very lovely and respectful and polite, and some of them less so. About 2 factors that I want to address. So one is people were saying, I don't understand why there's a limit. How could a virtual class sell out? Okay, because it's not a Craftsy class or Knit Stars. What these aren't are pre-filmed and edited and then you're just watching. They are actual live classes with 15 to 30 knitters, depending on how many students that teacher is willing to take, sitting in a classroom. Just like at Vogue Knitting Live, they're actually there with us in real time, asking real questions in real time. And if, for instance, I'll show you on this, the knitter has an iPad on a stand or a phone that has a stand, and I'm not sure, my little video feed is so behind I can't see what you see, so I think if I put it on the table you won't be able to see it. But pretend this is on the table. If you're holding your hands in front of the camera and you can see your hands, then you can also ask me by virtually raising your hand on Zoom. There's a little button that says raise hand. And you can say to the teacher, can I show you my knitting? So that's why there's a limit, right? Just like a live class, if we had 100 knitters in the room, we would never be able to control that room, get to all your questions, see your knitting, offer you help. So that's the answer to one question that I've been getting a lot of how could these classes sell out? The other question I've been getting a lot is why aren't they being recorded and why can't I just watch it later? So again, it's a live event. And so this is a very different both business model and technical setup. So one thing that I really want people to understand is that, there was one person that just got very frustrated and was like, but I don't understand. Knit Stars does it. Craftsy does it. Why can't Vogue? Couple things. One is both of those models are pre-filmed and edited classes, not live. So that means a couple things. For the teacher, the way I create and craft content to be filmed and edited together, and the way I craft and create content that is going to be a live syllabus, these are totally different classes. For those of you who have been in Patty's Knitting Bag of Tricks, the live class, and who own Patty's Knitting Bag of Tricks, the double DVD set, you understand these are totally different things, right? The double DVD set is 4 hours of filmed content. That would take me 15 hours to teach live, literally, because filmed content times 3 to 4 is the standard, rule of thumb. So that's the teaching aspect of it. The business aspect of it is this is a totally different business model, both for the platform itself and for the teachers. So when we teach in a live event, we get paid for that live event. This is a live event. When we're filming a class, you either sell that content outright for a big buyout, or there's royalties. So for royalties, you have to have an infrastructure. I was there with Craftsy when they were just beginning. And I can tell you that platform took 3 years to build and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of programmers. So it's not something that you flip a switch and all of a sudden you can have a platform that automatically does downloads and tracks streaming and tracks downloads and calculates royalties and distributes royalties. It's a totally different thing. So I just wanted to sort of explain that because I've been getting so many questions of why can't it be recorded? Why can't I watch it later? And someone said, well, but what if I miss something, I'd want to review it later. Well, again, it's the same thing with a live class. If you're in a live class, and this happens sometimes, you get a phone call and there's an emergency and you have to leave the class and you miss 15 minutes. You can't watch it later, right? No one can film me at Vogue Knitting while I'm teaching live and watch that later. Now, that being said, for those of you who have taken my live classes, you know there's a ton of follow-up. A lot of my classes have a link in the handout that goes to a locked page on my website. You go to my website, you click on class notes, you might click on, whatever the tab for customizing sweater patterns. And you might see, oh, look, there's a link where I can review the PowerPoint. There's a link that has maybe additional blog tutorials or video tutorials or a different handout, like a handout blowouts. Sometimes I do little follow-up quiz, right? So you can see if you kind of got all the content. But I just want to explain all that because I've been getting a lot of questions. So know that, really think of it like a live class. If you were in a live class and you didn't understand something but were too shy to raise your hand and ask a question, you don't get to go back to your hotel room or home and watch the class again, right? Same thing here. It's a live class. Everyone's going to have the opportunity to raise their hand, ask a question. So it's just a whole different shebang. Okay, I'm going to go back and read Cable, yay, not too late, do you use Knit Companion, pros and cons. I don't use Knit Companion, but I know Pam does. Oh, love, Pam's the very next comment. And the reason I don't use Knit Companion is I'm the knitwear designer, and so when I create I'm creating the stitch, right? So I'm creating the stitch in my software, and then I hit print, and then I'm knitting it. So I don't have like a published PDF to import into Knit Companion, you know what I mean? So but Pam uses it, and I think there's a pretty robust Ravelry group, and Pam, correct me if I'm wrong, for Knit Companion, where people ask questions, and get info. I would love to go to an in-person VK. Yeah, in-person's awesome. It's pretty fun. Just the moment SM took me a while to, slip marker, baby. Never thought to use Google. Come on, Google it. It's awesome. I have to get to sorry. The comment was I had to go get 2 Hershey's Kisses and miss something. Is the live Ask Patty part of virtual Vogue Knitting Live? Yes, it is. And it's on the schedule. So when you go to, and I love that. I love the idea that you had a Hershey's Kiss emergency and it just had to be tended to, which I'm with you. I think that sometimes you just have to. Yes, all the free events, if you go, you can go to my website, pattylyons.com. It's right there on the homepage. It's a link to the Vogue site. And on their schedule, you can see all the free events. There's tons of free events, including, and I want to see if they'll let me, I think I can. I'm going to find out if the teachers can attend the free events, because my friend Carol Sikowski is doing a knitting trivia night from her knitting book, which I think will be really fun. Knitting Ephemera is the name of the book, which I think would be really fun. So they're free for anyone that's registered. So you got to send me your questions. You can either send it to me on Instagram or email, and you can replay the YouTube and find all that out. But yes, totally live. So there. So that's my big news. I'm really excited to get back to knitting and designing. I think what I'm going to start doing moving forward is devote a set hour of each day for designing, because all I've been doing is tech. All I've been doing is this. I'm doing this, like you can see, but it's madness. So before I hop off, this is what I need, and then I'm going to answer that in a second, Becky. Rebecca. Oh, I've always called you Becky. Are you actually Rebecca? Why do I look down like you're physically there in the chat box? Anyway, you can answer me in a second. this is what I need to know. Okay. So the first class that I've done, oh, and by the way, someone else asked me like, well, how come the class that you're doing, you're selling later? Because I'm the talent and the producer, right? So it's a very different thing. I'm just tracking my own sales and I'm paying me. So it's a completely different thing. I own the copyright. That's a whole different thing. Anyway, so here's what I need I need to know. The first class that I presented, the one that I'm doing this Friday and Saturday, Easy Does It, Unlocking the Secrets of Sweater Construction and Ease, is lecture-based. And that was the easiest way to dip my toe into this, because then I can have, as many people as I need. There'll be a Q&A at the end. Pam's going to help me with the questions. But when it comes to a hands-on knitting class, I will have to cap it at 30. So the price is going to be different, higher. Probably in the ish of like 35-ish. And B, I want to know what kind of things you most want to take a live knitting class. So what kind of things of like the classes that you've seen listed of mine on Stitches and on Vogue, which one of those do you think, yes, I most want to take that? Now, when you think about that, think about the fact that it needs to be a class with enough new content where even though you're practicing, it's not like if you've ever done a class where a teacher hands out swatches and they're like, okay, now we're going to work on swatch number 1. And then you guys silently knit. And then she's like, okay, and now here's swatch number 2. Like that would not be a good video class, right? I don't actually even think it's that interesting in class. But so think about that. That's question number 1, content. Question number B, and then I'm going to get to all these comments, is do you think most people either, I'm going to pretend, either have a smartphone or a laptop, smartphone or a iPad, where if I had a picture, if I had a picture up on like the registration, here I have to sort of hold this up. Oh, I'll do it like this. I don't know if you guys can see it over there. Where I had a picture saying, and if you want me to see your knitting, then you can try holding your knitting in front of your iPad so that both you can see it and I can see it. So my question is, do you think most people who want to show me their knitting would kind of understand that and like that would make sense? The other thing is if someone wanted me to look at their knitting, is they could simply, hold it up in front of their camera like that so that they can, but it's harder, right? So those are my questions. On to you. You can answer me later. And now I'm going to catch up. Okay. I'm waiting for my yarn for Palm Canyon. Should arrive today. Yay. That's not a question. That's just a super happy statement. Yay. It is Becky. Okay, good. I've never called you Rebecca. Is this Friday a live class? Yeah, it is live. So, it's for real live. So it is 1:30. I'm actually physically here at 1:30. I will be giving the lecture and I'll be explaining at the beginning like what to expect. And I'll say, not unlike a live class, when someone raises their hand and I'm 1 second into teaching, right? And I say like, oh, hang on to questions for a second. I'll sort of prep people and say, there's going to be a Q&A at the end. But so as not to sort of fill the Q&A box, right? Because I have to read through those and Pam's going to help me with that. And then instead of filling the Q&A box, only to be like, I think I answered that in class. Did I answer that already? Okay, good. Is I'm going to be encouraging people, as a question pops into your head, instead of immediately typing it in, jot it down for yourself, because you want to wait to see, oh, yeah, she answered that. Great. Because if I sort of pass a section, like you have a specific question about drop shoulder or dolman, right? Because I'm going to be going through all 6 sweater constructions and what are the considerations for neck and armhole depth and fit and ease, and what are the things you want to think about for all 6 constructions. So say you had a specific question about, set and sleeve, and I'd finished the set and sleeve section and you were like, she still didn't answer it. Then type it into the Q&A box. So then after I go through all the content, we'll go to Q&A, and that's all live, which is why it's fun, because it's a live class. And the difference between the way I'm presenting it, and if anyone's ever done like a webinar where it's just sharing a screen and you're just looking at PowerPoint slides, I think those are kind of boring. So the way I present is you'll always have my face along with any PowerPoint slides, but I have a camera switcher, so sometimes I might switch it to be like just front view, and I might be holding up sweaters and talking about sweaters, and so it's much more classy. Not classy like refined, but class-like. Where do you register? Do you mean where do you register for my class that's happening this Friday and Saturday, or for Vogue Knitting? I will answer them both. How you register for my class that's happening Friday at 1:30 and Saturday at 1:30 is go to my website, pattylyons.com. Everything's always on my website, pattylyons.com. I also think I put something in my Instagram story. Let's see. Whoops. This is so... No, I put it on yesterday. But on my Instagram, click link in profile, and you get all the little boxes of everything I've ever posted. And see that where it says easy does it? You just click on that, boop, and it takes you to my website, and there you can register. How you register for Vogue Knitting, same thing. You go to my website, pattylyons.com, and you can click on the link for Vogue and head on over there to register. So there. Think that's a great idea for you're in different parts of the globe. Yeah, I try to think through the timing. And I know that Vogue is also thinking about their, I don't want to tell tales out of, well, maybe I shouldn't say. I probably shouldn't say. But I know, I will say this. Although it's a very small company run by just a handful of incredibly brilliant women that are controlling that event, they are really brilliant. So odds are, if you've thought of it, they've thought of it. So this first show is in East Coast time zone. Let's just say they're thinking about West Coast as well. That's all I'm going to say. Just cast on for Palm Canyon. That's okay. About there's no, we don't like, it's not that we don't stick to a schedule. Everyone does my knit-alongs at their own pace. After the very first knit-along, when I saw that the only thing that people were stressed about was not being eligible for a grand prize, I made one of the grand prizes WIP, work in progress, so that it should be about the journey and it should be about the process, not the product. So you do you take your time, whatever. So there. Visited Rav last night. I learned to start my, yay! Oh, I learned that I started my mini test knit wrong. Oh, but you fixed it. Rock on. Yay, I'm so glad. And as soon as I get off, oh my God, I literally was about to say, as soon as I get off the phone with you guys, as soon as I get off the live with you guys and figure out why OBS no longer wants to play with Manycam and why neither of them want to play with YouTube Live, I will oh, bye, Pam. I will edit videos and get pattern part number 2 out. There you go. Oh, and by the way, Freaky Geek and others, I also have weekly, not weekly, but every pattern part has a prize too. So this Sunday I'll just do a random drawing. So that's why it's important to tag those projects. So there's like a little under 1,000 of y'all in the knit along, but there's like 300 project pages set up. So make sure you set up the project page and tag it Palm Canyon KAL, because then I search, I bring up the tag, and then I do a random number generator, and I pick a prize winner. So there. Oh, Becky's in an international Zoom knit night. Very cool. Okay. Oh, Sue taking Friday. Okay. So I'm going to hop off, but here's my final words. These are things I need you to think about, and you can post a comment after the fact. What live classes, live hands-on knitting classes, do you think you guys might be interested in taking? And I'll do it, later. I mean, because Vogue is in the middle of May, and I don't want to, steal their thunder. So I'll probably do one either late May or maybe early June. What type of live class do you want? And I'll probably offer several sessions. So for instance, if I do improve your knitting technique, which really involves me looking at people's knitting and analyzing each person's knitting. So I definitely can't have more than 30 in that class. So I would probably offer that one 2 or 3 times. But then there's other classes that it's, you guys are knitting along, and someone might have a question of, can you look at my knitting? But if you're doing fine, you might just you do you. So there's a lot of those type of classes too. So think about that and leave me a comment. You're not tagging me on Ravelry. It's your project page. So if you're Freaky Geek, if you're having trouble navigating Ravelry, go to my Ravelry group and click on that page button at the top, and you'll have the Ravelry FAQ. So it's like how to tag, how to set up a project, all that stuff. If you mean you didn't tag the pattern itself, you have to type the pattern name exactly, and then it'll present you with a link, and you have to click on that link. So if your project page says personal pattern not found on Ravelry, then you didn't type in the pattern name sort of as written. So make sure you check that out. If you're not sure how to add the tag Palm Canyon KAL, just check that FAQ, and there's instructions there. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off. Sorry I was once again late. I'm kind of hating on YouTube Live until I can figure out why it hates me. So there, but at least I don't think my voice and my audio, no, voice is audio, my video and my audio got off this time, and the live comments continue to load. So there, and I have to figure out where to put that light where it doesn't reflect on my glasses when I put my glasses on. That one's it's not bad there. It's only if I turn to face the light. But if I'm turning to face the light, then I'm not looking at the screen. So I think it's pretty good there. Okay, this is so boring. I can't, God bless you guys for hanging with me while I complain about like technology and other things that are not knitting related. So here we are, week 6. If anyone wants to look at a really funny photo of how I've decided to prepare for week 7, 8, and 9 of quarantine, go to my Instagram story. I think I posted it. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I can't see when I hold it up on camera, but anyway, you can check that. That's how I'm preparing. So I think I'm good. We picked up a case of wine. Okay. I was even later. Well. Luckily, you can watch it all later. And this one was so boring So the other thing I need is I need you guys to post. You know how like in the first live someone posted, oh, I'd like to see the tubular cast on demoed. Post a question of things that you'd like to see next time. Okay, that's all. I'm gonna go. Bye, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me.